All right, get this. Let's dive into a university where you can, actually make a difference.
Okay, I like where this is going.
You're surrounded by people who, actually want to collaborate,
Sounds pretty good.
and they really support you in your own development and growth. We're talking about Sturt University.
CSU.
Yeah, CSU.
Right.
And we're going to use insights from academicjobs.com.
Oh, nice.
By the way, everybody listening should bookmark academicjobs.com, right now.
Yeah, it's an amazing resource if you're thinking about a university career.
Seriously, a gold mine.
So what's interesting about CSU is they're not all talk.
What do you mean?
Well, they're known as like a top-tier Australian university, but they back it up.
Okay, how so?
High-quality education, a real commitment to research,
Got it.
and they span tons of different fields.
So they're the real deal.
They are.
I was checking out academicjobs.com, and they describe CSU as having a vibrant academic community.
I love that.
So collaboration is obviously really important there.
Big time.
And critical thinking.
Absolutely.
Personal development, too.
All of it. Front and center.
But what does that actually mean for someone working there day to day?
I think it's about walking into work.
Yeah.
And your colleagues are actually excited to bounce ideas around.
That'd be nice.
You're encouraged to challenge assumptions.
I like that.
And your own professional development. It's like everyone's cheering you on.
That's the CSU vibe.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's not just words. You feel it everywhere.
It's like a breath of fresh air, right?
Totally.
It's not just about doing your research alone in your little office.
No way.
You're part of something dynamic and supportive.
Exactly. And it goes beyond the faculty, too. They bring this collaborative energy into how students learn.
Okay, interesting.
Huge emphasis on practical skills, giving students real-world experience.
So they're ready for whatever's next.
Exactly.
I'm seeing here on academicjobs.com, CSU offers some pretty nice perks.
Oh, yeah.
They support professional development, have a flexible work environment,
Nice.
and they even offer discounts on grad courses.
Wow, that's a good deal.
So how do those benefits stack up to other universities?
Their package is definitely competitive.
What does that tell us about CSU's values?
They're investing in their people. It's not just filling positions.
It's more holistic than that.
Right. They're building a community.
Yeah.
And those flexible work arrangements. Big plus.
Like what?
Flexible hours, maybe some remote work options.
That's great for work-life balance.
Totally.
Seems like they get it.
What's that?
Happy employees are more productive employees.
Absolutely.
So we've talked lectureships, but academicjobs.com shows CSU has other opportunities too.
Yeah, definitely.
Research positions, admin roles, HR.
All sorts of things.
What are some of the less traditional paths you might find at CSU?
Well, CSU is really big on sustainability and community engagement.
Uh-huh.
So you might find something in environmental management
Interesting.
or rural health outreach, maybe indigenous education.
There's many options.
Their departments are so diverse, you might not see these opportunities at, more traditional schools.
It opens up a lot of doors for people.
For sure.
Speaking of opening doors, let's talk about CSU's alumni.
Okay.
Academicjobs.com highlights some pretty successful graduates.
Like who?
Well, John Lee Ka-chiu, for example.
No way. The chief executive of Hong Kong.
That's right. So what does CSU do to help their employees build similarly amazing careers? How do they help them reach their full potential?
They're super invested in their employees' success.
Like how?
They've got mentoring programs, leadership training,
Okay.
even chances to collaborate internationally.
Wow.
These programs aren't just about your career, though.
What else?
It's personal and professional fulfillment.
Nice. Clearly, CSU isn't just about getting a job.
No.
It's about, a whole career journey. And I saw on academicjobs.com that CSU is open to international candidates.
Yeah, they are.
That makes me think they value diverse perspectives.
Which is huge.
How does that global outlook show up in everyday life at CSU?
They have partnerships with institutions all over the world.
Really?
Exchanges for faculty and students, joint research projects.
Wow.
They even have international study programs. Being globally engaged like that makes everything richer.
It sounds like CSU has a lot going for it.
Definitely does.
They've got a supportive and stimulating environment.
Absolutely.
They really value collaboration and personal growth. And they're dedicated to making a real-world impact. But we can't forget about where CSU is located.
Oh, right. We need to talk about that.
Exactly. They're mainly on regional campuses in Australia.
That's a big part of their identity.
So what's life like in those communities?
Well, that's what we'll uncover in the next part of our deep dive. We'll explore what it means to live and work in these regional areas.
Sounds good.
The unique charm, the opportunities, the maybe even lower cost of living.
Stay tuned, everyone.
We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to our deep dive into Charles Sturt University.
We've uncovered some pretty incredible stuff about CSU so far.
Right. It seems like a great place to start a career in academia.
Definitely. Supportive community, chances to grow, making a difference.
And those benefits, don't forget those.
Oh, yeah, those were pretty sweet.
All of that highlighted on academicjobs.com, of course.
Always got to plug academicjobs.com.
But as we mentioned before, there's one more thing we need to talk about. Location, location, location.
Right, because CSU's campuses are mainly in regional areas of Australia.
Yeah.
I'm already picturing, like, charming little towns and beautiful scenery.
You're not far off. Let's explore what it's actually like to live in these communities.
Okay, I'm all ears.
First, imagine ditching the city craziness.
The peace and quiet.
Exactly. A more laid-back, relaxed atmosphere.
I like the sound of that.
Wide open spaces, fresh air, a slower pace of life.
That does sound pretty tempting, especially if you're tired of the city noise and stress.
Absolutely. And you know what else is nice?
What's that?
The cost of living.
Oh, right. I bet it's much lower than in the big cities.
Way lower. Especially housing. Think Sydney or Melbourne prices compared to regional areas. It's a huge difference.
That means you can either save more money or have more to spend on experiences.
Exactly. You could explore national parks, try local food and wine.
It's like a double win. You get a beautiful, welcoming environment and a lower cost of living. Plus, you're part of a university that's really involved in the community. But what are these communities like?
Oh, they're great. Regional communities in Australia are known for being super welcoming.
So you feel like you belong.
Totally. People are friendly and helpful, and everyone supports local businesses.
That sounds so refreshing compared to the anonymity of big cities.
It is. You can really build strong connections and put down roots.
And I bet that community feeling extends to the CSU campuses.
Oh, absolutely. CSU is deeply connected to the communities where they're located. They partner with local organizations and businesses to create opportunities for everyone.
So it's more than just being there, it's being an active part of the community.
Exactly.
I'm noticing a theme here. A strong sense of community seems like a core value at CSU.
You hit the nail on the head. It's how they approach teaching, research, and even how they interact with the regions. It's a special opportunity for people who want their work to have a real impact.
Speaking of impact, let's talk about the professional benefits of working at a regional university like CSU. They're all about practical skills and real-world experience, right? So does that mean a lot of hands-on research and problem solving?
Definitely. CSU is known for tackling real-world problems.
Like what kind of problems?
Things that directly affect the communities they're in. Sustainable agriculture, rural healthcare.
So they're making a tangible difference.
They are. They're not just researching in a bubble, they're finding solutions that matter.
That's got to be incredibly rewarding to see your work directly contribute to the community like that.
Absolutely. And this focus on regional engagement goes hand in hand with their research priorities. It's a very holistic experience. You're living, working, and making a difference, all in a supportive community.
It sounds like the ideal situation. But we should also consider the challenges. Are there any downsides to working at a regional university? Anything we should be aware of?
That's a great point. It's important to look at the whole picture. So in the last part of our deep dive, we'll do just that. We'll explore some of the nuances of regional university life. That way, you can decide if CSU is the right fit for you.
Sounds good to me. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We'll be right back. And we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Charles Sturt University.
We've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, we've talked about their commitment to collaboration, supporting each other.
Personal growth, too.
Making a real difference in the world.
And of course, who could forget those regional Aussie communities?
So charming. And all this amazing info, by the way, is thanks to academicjobs.com.
Seriously, the best resource out there if you're thinking about working at a university.
Couldn't agree more. But we also want to make sure you have the full picture before making any decisions.
Right. We need to talk about some potential challenges. Every job has them.
Okay, so let's get real. What are some downsides to working at a regional university like CSU? Like, is it hard to stay connected to, like, the wider academic world when you're not in a big city?
That's a fair question. It's true that CSU has a great community within the university.
Yeah.
But being far away from those big academic hubs,
Yeah.
it can be a challenge.
In what way?
You might have to travel more for conferences and networking events.
Oh, I see.
And it might take more effort to, stay up to date on the latest research.
But wouldn't CSU's focus on technology help with that? Like
Yeah.
all the online collaboration stuff?
Absolutely. CSU's really invested in their digital setup, online learning platforms, that kind of thing.
So you can still connect with people.
Exactly.
Right.
They make it easy to collaborate remotely and take part in virtual events.
That's great.
Plus, they encourage their faculty to, engage with those national and international networks.
So it sounds like CSU's doing their part, but individuals have to be proactive too.
Definitely. You got to take advantage of those resources.
Okay, so what about the unique opportunities?
What do you mean?
What are some of the upsides to working at a regional university that, people might not realize?
One big thing.
Yeah.
The chance to do really impactful research.
Oh, yeah.
You can collaborate with local industries, government agencies, even community organizations.
It's amazing.
And you get to make a real difference in the region, tackling those specific issues that affect the community.
That must be so rewarding, knowing that your work is directly helping people.
It is. And aside from that professional fulfillment, there's also personal growth.
I see what you mean.
You're stepping outside your comfort zone, embracing a new environment.
It's an adventure.
Exactly. Living in a regional area can give you that sense of adventure.
It's a different pace of life.
Right. A connection to nature, too, that you might not find in a city.
So it comes down to what's important to you.
I think so.
Do you need that constant city energy, or are you looking for something, more balanced?
Where you can really see the impact you're making.
It's a personal choice.
Definitely. Only you can decide what feels right.
Okay, so to wrap things up, if you're looking for a university that values collaboration, personal growth, making a difference.
And those supportive environments. Don't forget those.
Oh, and the awesome perks, plus the beauty of regional Australia.
Then CSU might be the perfect place for you.
And here's the really exciting part. CSU's focus on practical skills and regional engagement.
It's exactly what employers are looking for right now.
So a career at CSU could be both fulfilling and a smart career move.
Absolutely.
And of course, we have to give another shout out to academicjobs.com.
The best place to find your dream university job.
Seriously, whether you want to lecture in Australia or somewhere closer to home,
They've got you covered.
top universities around the world post amazing opportunities there all the time.
So go check them out.
That's it for our deep dive on Charles Sturt University. Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time.